interbeing of Judaism, Christianity, Islam, and culminating to Sikhism shows how the concept of monotheism evolved. The references of books hereafter, unless otherwise mentioned, are from the Old Testament and the New Testament, which together form the Bible. The Jews that went to Egypt were enslaved over a long period of time and were suffering. There was a covenant between God and Moses, with God saying, I shall take you to me for a people, and I will be to you a God, and ye shall know that I am God your Lord, which bringeth you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians. Now this was in Exodus 6:7. This made God exclusive to the Jews, considered themselves the chosen ones. Now, God, as described in the Old Testament, is akin to a person. He is shown as an errant because he repents for having created man. This is in Genesis 6:6. He works for 6 days and then needs a day's rest. This is in Genesis 2:2. He is a jealous and punishes generations for inequities. Exodus 20:5. Thus instilling fear, false expectations appearing real. The Bible comprises of the Old Testament and the New Testament. Now, the New Testament, which covers the period of Jesus and shortly after depicts God living in heaven, Jesus is his only begotten son. This is in John 3:16. Born of a virgin mother, Matthew 1:23. The entire New Testament has no role for God except for being described as Jesus' father. Everything is said and done by Jesus. It says word was God, John 1:1. But later says the flesh, Jesus, became God, John 1:14. Jesus, who believed to have resurrected after crucifixion, tells his disciples to preach in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. This is in Matthew 28:19. The Christian missionaries, however, preach that God is a Trinity, comprising of these three, although the New Testament does not say so at all. God in the New Testament of Abraham, Isaac, and Matthew 20:32, and not of the universe. A religion that was meant to be monotheistic has in effect become polytheistic, going against the 10 Commandments in Exodus 20. Now, Christianity, as presented in the New Testament, has posed many problems. Some Christians found they could not believe in God at the same time accept the virgin birth and divinity of Jesus, Trinity, and miracles. This led to the concept of deism, pantheism, and atheism found in the Western countries like Great Britain, France, and the U.S. The deists believed in God, but everything in the light of nature and reason. They do not conform to any religious tradition. Their concept of God is one who created the universe, but then withdrew from it. One of the often heard arguments is that if God exists, why does he allow violence and suffering? Make it make sense.